Good morning, everybody. So how many people in the room move money in some capacity for a living or know what ACH is? Okay, we want to change the way that you look at those processes today. So Dwolla's kind of mission in life is to allow anybody with an internet connection to be able to connect to, securely access their money, exchange it with someone else, and for someone else to receive that money without paying interchange or without delays and do that all in real time. So it's my belief and kind of our company's belief that payments kind of has a problem. ACH is really great and we all utilize it, but it has some issues. So there's 80-some issues. They last over 90 days. And to be quite frank, I think we've all probably dealt with those issues. It's our feeling that those transactions should be real time. We created a system that makes them real time. And so today we kind of want to show you what that solution is. There's $30 trillion annually moving through the kind of ACH channels annually. And we feel like that's a constricted thing because of those problems and delays. So let's hope everything works today. So if I want to engage in a regular ACH transaction, and think of this as just kind of, Dwolla.com is really a consumer portal to access, back-end services. And the products I want to show you today are more back-end services, but I'm going to use Dwolla.com as the portal. So if I want to send somebody, $5 for coffee, and I want to do it directly from a bank account, and I'm going to use ACH, obviously that's an issue. So I can engage in this transaction, and basically it's going to go into a batch file, it's going to get handed off, blah, 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 blah. Whole bunch of shit is going to happen that nobody really cares about, right? So if 3 to 5 days passes and the system thinks like, I'm not a jerk, it might give me access to that money or give access to Mars. But in a real-time transaction, what I really want to happen is I want to be able to spend that money with somebody like Jordan. So if I want to send $5 to Jordan through either a social network or whatever, it shouldn't really even matter, and I want that to happen in real time, it should be able to. I should be able to engage in a transaction where it calls a web service and goes to the bank and says, is this Ben? Is this Ben's money? Should I let Ben engage in this transaction? And then once it decides that I should be able to, it should be able to do this outside of ACH, and it should be able to say, boom, yep, let it happen. So inside of this web service, this is not vaporware. I can reload my live bank account. You can see $5 just moved. So where this gets more interesting is if I want to send more money and say like I need to pay rent. So I need to pay my landlord. Let's say it's the weekend and the banks are closed. I want to engage in a transaction, but old Reliable is on vacation. Well, that doesn't help me at all. So if I want to, I'm not going to send it to my landlord because I'm not going to get it back. Send it to James. So again, I can select a web service that allows me to do real-time transactions against a financial institution that's integrated with a product called FiSync, which is what we're releasing today. Again, make sure this is Ben's money. Go out to the web service and say, is this Ben? Should I let this happen? Yes, you should. It's Ben's money. He's spending it the way he always spends it. He does $5,000 demos all the time. Let it roll. So again, boom, real time. So basically getting access to this web service is very easy. You go to fisync.dwolla.com, just this address. And as a chartered institution or someone who serves chartered institutions, it's our feeling that you should be able to originate and engage in real-time transactions without the necessary delays or potential flaws inside of ACH, and getting access to it should not be complicated. So you go to fisync.dwolla.com, you sign up for it, and once basically we approve you to get access to the documentation, you go in, you see how it works, so we give you the documentation free of charge, no cost. It'll take too long to sell it into the marketplace, so we're going to give it away to you for free. So you go to fisync.dwolla.com, you put in endpoints that we're going to teach you how to do. Those endpoints are balance, so you know the money is there, account information, you know who owns the money, things you can't do in ACH, debit and credit the accounts in real time, and then make sure that you can validate the account itself to allow transactions to happen also in real time. 5 endpoints to change the way a $30 trillion market works, yours totally free of cost, totally free. The transaction cost every time will never be any more than it is over ACH. And when you want to go live and after you've set it up, you hit one button. You say go. We review the information, and then your financial institution or the financial institutions under your service provider umbrella now have access to real-time transactions, and you're ready to go. Dwolla has a consumer product that most people know us as, but that core engine can be leveraged by financial institutions and financial service providers to essentially create a more secure and faster exchange than currently exists in the marketplace. And I don't think I'm going to need the last 2 minutes. Thank you for your time.